everybody, it's Dick here. I am on my way to the MCN London Motorcycle Show. I bit the bullet and decided to go out into public, into a crowded place. I'm on the Mutt Superior. It's been a long while since I've ridden the Mutt. I want to say it's maybe been once or twice since the John Ailey trial. I'm riding the Mutt for two reasons. One, out of choice, but two, out of necessity, because this is the only bike we have in London. Fanny's in the market. Fanny's in the market for another bike. And I'm trying to decide which bike should reside in London for the spring and summer seasons. The Mutt is a good London winter hack. It's also proved to be a pretty good green laner. Radar wants to do some green laning down around Salisbury, so I do have to get the CRF down south. So maybe the CRF will be a London ride. You fucking moron. Look at this fucking moron. No plates, running red lights. Wheelies. He's squirrely. He's looking for someone who's following him. So I don't know how good my mic is out here on the A406. I am taking the fast way over to the Excel Center. I'm not very enthused about going to the show, but I haven't been in the mix, as it were, for a long while. I have made a deal with Fanny that since I was able to buy the CRF, that I have a 2-year moratorium on buying bikes, and because of that, I haven't gone out to do any test rides or demos. Unlike my peers on YouTube, I do not pretend to be a journalist. I have no aspirations to be a journalist. I'm an enthusiast. And frankly, I think enthusiasts are more informed than journalists, because these days journalists are just whores for the manufacturers. Anyway, I decided to get back in the mix for two reasons. One, Fanny's in the market, and two, years go fast. So 2023, I'm probably gonna be looking to buy another bike. I definitely have the itch, but I am respecting the moratorium. I don't know if Fanny's itch to buy another bike for herself is because I'm not bothering her with buying a bike. Maybe she's got it in the blood too, and she can go 2 years without picking something up. Either way, I think she likes having the Indian up in Wales, and so she needs a London bike, and I think she's outgrown the Mutt. And if she hasn't outgrown the Mutt, I've definitely beaten the shit out of it enough that it's not stylish enough for her anymore to ride, even if I do, as I know I can, bring it back to factory shine, save for one heel-sized dent in the tank. So I've decided I'm going to the show, and I'm curious to see how badly they've messed up the XSR 900. Anywho, back on the Mutt. The Mutt, it's too much money for what it is, but what it is fun. If this was a 2,000-pound bike, this would be a cracker. It's like the old days. Look at these a-holes. Yeah, I'm undertaking. It's 40 miles an hour and these guys are going 30 in the fucking fast lane, so sorry. So I am falling into the trap of looking at bikes, even though I am on the moratorium. Fanny has said, look at this motherfucker cutting the... He pulled out of the traffic to cut the traffic, thus making traffic. Goddamn motherfuckers. So Ian Fitzgerald manufactured a high exhaust for the Mutt. So that lovely sound that the Mutt exhaust gives off is now just a underpowered Chinese whine, and it does not help with letting people know that I'm here and filtering. I was worried that because the Mutt sat out in the winter unridden for so long that I was going to have some issues. I checked the oil, topped it up with gas, charged the battery, and it started right up, first push. So there's a testimonial of sorts. I don't know if the other bikes are going to fare as well. I hope they do. They've been inside all winter on trickle chargers. In the meantime, before Fanny decides what bike she's interested in getting, I'm trying to convince her not to get another big cruiser. She said she wants to get a Harley cruiser. I don't think that's the best idea because I think she needs a London bike and kind of a roadster. I did see a Sportster out yesterday and it sounded lovely and it looked lovely. I was not impressed on the Sportster demo rides that I've taken in the past. I'm always a bit let down by them, but I am encouraging her to look at a Sportster again. Now, unlike my bikes, where I buy a bike and I hope that she tries it, she does ride the Triumph, and I thought maybe that could be her second bike, but she has told me point blank that that's my bike and not to try and pawn it off on her so I can get another bike. But I think she does need a roadster of sorts, or a London bike of sorts. She really enjoyed the Triumph Street Scrambler, but when I suggested that to her, she said no way. She wants another pair of designer shoes, not a utilitarian bike. So I thought maybe the Ducati Scrambler, it's the old Monster engine, which means it has the belts and service that the Monster requires, but I think they extended the service intervals. I was talking to Radar about his service, and he said he was talking to his Ducati guy, and they said when you reach 64,000 miles on a Ducati, you essentially need to do an engine rebuild, which is usually when people buy new ones, I guess. It's been a while since I've ridden in London traffic, and it seems to me that London drivers are even less aware of motorcyclists than they've been in the past. It is really a exercise in hazard awareness and maneuverability. I don't know why I pushed the horn. Thread that needle. Got really quiet. Thought the bike stalled out there. So quiet. I am curious to see if there are any electric motorcycles being displayed at the show. Harley has officially moved their electric division off of the Harley badge, and it's exclusively being sold under the Livewire badge, which I think, to me, cheapens the product. 26,000 pounds for a motorcycle is outrageous. Yeah, new technology, yeah, research and development, yeah, blah, 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 yeah, the Harley badge, blah, 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 blah. And what I understand is Harley, well, Livewire, I should say, has now discounted their Livewire bikes because they're not on the Harley badge anymore by 2,000 pounds off sticker, which still, 24,000 pounds. Zeros are insanely expensive. But when I saw Livewire being advertised, When I saw Livewire being advertised, I thought, what the hell is this? Who owns this? Is this a knockoff? Is this a licensing situation where they're licensing the name Livewire and they're letting someone else build the bikes? But it turns out it's a Harley decision. But other than the Livewire, and I wonder if Livewire will be under its own. One, I wonder if the Livewires will be at the show, and two, I wonder if the Livewires will be under their own marquee. That's interesting. You know, the writing's on the wall here in the UK. The government and the municipalities do not want personalized transport. They want us all to stay put. And they're not funding public transport. One would say that if they don't want individual transport, that they'll bolster public transport. But the public transport's being cut too, and it's underfunded and it's risking bankruptcy. So we have a situation, look at this asshole. We have a situation where the government clearly is saying, we don't want you moving, we don't want you going anywhere. I'm kind of going by feel now that I'm out east. I think I have to go towards the Docklands to the A13, but I'm not entirely sure. Filtering through. Look at this motherfucker. You motherfucker. Not you, this guy. Hello. Which one do you need?
Yeah, that's lovely.
Thanks so much. If you like that video and you want to see more like them, hit like, share, and subscribe.